Hey, Jay Carper here from American Torah, and I want to read to you from Proverbs chapter 9. This is the first 6 verses. Wisdom has built her house, she has hewn her 7 pillars, she has slaughtered her beasts, she has mixed her wine, she has also set her table. She has sent out her young women to call from the highest places in the town. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. To him who lacks sense, she says, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and live and walk in the way of insight. And this is Solomon, who has personified wisdom as a woman who is building a house and putting on a feast. In the last half of this chapter, he also personifies folly in order to contrast the behavior of the two. But what I'd like to do is go through the description here of wisdom and her activities and see what these things can tell us about wisdom in general, about who she is and what the character attributes are of true wisdom. So first, wisdom has built her house. A house isn't built in a day. It's not an easy thing to do, to build a house. 900 BC especially, it wasn't like you could have someone move a house from one place to another, or you could mail order a prefab house and have it erected. This means that she spent many years saving up the resources, accumulating materials in order to build a house. This wasn't a straw hut. It wasn't a mud brick house with just enough room for her family and some farm animals. She has hewn her 7 pillars. This implies that first, the house is large because you don't need 7 pillars for a one-room hovel. It also means that she planned ahead in detail. She carved out the pillars. She planned all of the artistic, decorative flair throughout the house. You can expect that there would be decorative cornices, that there would be murals in hangings, because she takes pride in good work, in planning from start to finish. She slaughtered her beasts. That means she has beasts, she has livestock. So she is a woman of many kinds of means, not just financial, but she has material resources. She has herds. It says that she slaughtered beasts, plural. So she has killed multiple animals for this feast, which means she's expecting a large crowd. She's mixed her wine. That means that she probably has her own vineyard. She knows how to make wine. She knows how to mix it for the best flavor profiles. She knows how to make a pleasing feast for her guests. She has also set her table, which means that she's not having everybody eat out of the same bowl like the poorest people would have, but she actually has a table. She has place settings. She's got plates and silverware, things that were not necessarily common. This is probably isn't just a plain wooden bowl or a single platter, but she probably has a full set, enough for a large feast. She has sent out her young women to call from the highest places in town. Your translation might say that she sent out her young women, and she called out from the highest places, but it amounts to the same thing. This says that she has servants. She isn't doing this alone. That means that she's delegating the work out. She has people that she trusts. If she has women servants, she probably has men servants too. They would help her with the livestock in the fields and her house. Since she's sending them out to invite guests to a feast, that means that she expects them to have a pleasant demeanor. They will be inviting and courteous. That probably also means that they're not resenting the work that they have to do for her, which means that they probably love and trust their mistress. They're calling from the highest places in town, which means that she is maximizing her efforts. She doesn't want to waste her breath by walking up to every individual on the street and accosting them. Instead, she's putting out the call to everybody who wants to come, who wants to learn, who's ready to heed the call of wisdom. She doesn't have to go to each individual, because the people who are ready to hear what she has to say will hear that call and respond. She says, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. She is generous with what she's received. Wisdom has accumulated much over the years, and she wants to share it with the world. She wants to share it with whoever is ready to hear it, not with the people who are not ready. Those people only want to take for themselves. She wants to give to the people who are ready to give in turn to others. Leave your simple ways and live and walk in the way of insight. She wants you to grow. She wants you to become more than you are. She wants you to go through the hard work and all the preparation and planning that she has done. Now, from all of this, I think we can discern 4 general characteristics of the woman, wisdom. First, wisdom is strategic. She plans ahead. She plans for the long term, and her plans are exhaustive in every detail. She doesn't just say, hey, I'm going to build a house and then throw up some wood and stones. No, she plans the whole thing from the beginning. All of the accumulating of the materials that she needs to do. She finds the site. She lays out the floor plan. She says, I want cedar wood here, and I want this kind of paint over here. And then she sees it through, all the way through. She's very purposeful in her goals. She knows what she wants out of life. She knows the very end goal in lots of detail. And everything she does is working towards that goal. Wisdom is diligent. She works hard. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. She's not afraid to do the hard work of building the house, planting the fields, and harvesting and making the wine, preparing the meal. She's not afraid to slaughter the animals herself. She's not afraid of hard work, and she's thorough. She doesn't stop until the work is done, till the whole thing is complete and ready. Wisdom is efficient. She delegates to servants. She doesn't expect to do everything herself. Instead, she finds people that she can trust, and she gets them to help her with the work. She finds ways to maximize her voice. Instead of walking down the street talking to individuals, she finds the street corner, she finds the high place, and she broadcasts her message to reach as many people as she can, as quickly as she can, to find all the people who are ready for her message. She doesn't waste her breath. Wisdom is generous. She wants to give back. She wants to take all of this bounty that God has provided to her and give it back to the people who are ready to use it, ready to transform their own lives. She wants you to become what she has become. She wants you to become as rich and to have as fulfilling a life as she has. Wisdom is strategic. She's diligent, she's efficient, and she's generous. You know, Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs. He wrote Ecclesiastes and the Song of Songs, books full of wisdom. He went through a life of pain and turmoil to accumulate this wisdom. And really, there's no real wisdom without strife, without adversity. But remember that wisdom is efficient. There's no sense in plowing up a field that has already been planted by somebody else. Take advantage of the wisdom that Solomon has to offer. Heed his call. Go eat from that feast. There's so much we can learn, so much material available for you to build your house so that you can begin to share the wisdom that you have gained with other people, to help other people transform their lives. This is Jay Carper from American Torah. Be blessed. Find wisdom. Eat from that table.